Alright, so picking up back pretty much exactly where we were, I just want to focus on this little bitty line right there. I am not what I am. This is Act 1, Scene 1. This is the very beginning. It's the longest speech that this character has said, and he ends it with, I am not what I am. That I should not be trusted. I am duplicitous. I am a liar. He's telling you right at the very beginning, don't trust what I say. I am not this, what you see. And this is both in terms of what he's going with Othello, but it's also possibly what he's saying to Rodrigo. It's possibly what he's going to say to the audience, that he is a character that we should question at all times. And then we get into the scene that we actually did in class. This is the section where call up her father, rouse him, make after him, poison his delights. So the first question is this Shakespeare just kind of showing up and it just so happens to be near Desdemona's house? Or is it that Iago has literally taken us here from the beginning? It's this pre-planned and premeditated. I'm going to get in an argument, and right when we get near the house, I'm going to say, hey, you know what we should do? Let's go call the father and get him upset. So it's just this question of, like, how well thought out is he going with this? And then we've looked at this one, so I don't want to spend too much time, but basically it's the idea of Iago and Rodrigo in two very different ways. Rodrigo doing it as simply a what ho Brabantio, and then Iago going, thieves, 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 your daughter's been kidnapped, and blah, blah, blah. This idea that, what Othello's done in Iago's mind, or at least the way that Iago presents it, is that he has stolen your daughter. Where Rodrigo's going to do it more of like, is your family here? Maybe you don't know this, but it seems like your daughter's with this gentleman and you should be concerned. Versus you've been robbed and your heart is burst. And we talked about this a little bit of a way, but look at the way that he uses racism and hatred to affect Brabantio. An old black ram is tupping your white ewe. The devil will make a grandsire of you. This guy's not just a bad guy. He's literally the devil. Like, that's how bad things are. And also notice, if you will, that he's using terms like ram. He's going to do other things where he talks about this man as some sort of animal or a beast or a creature, but he does not make him a man very often. And also notice that, I mentioned this before, we aren't hearing names. So we're not hearing Othello's doing this. We're not hearing Desdemona's doing this. We're hearing animals and creatures. And it's a way to distance ourselves from those people. At least that's my theory. It takes a little bit for Brabantio to believe it, but eventually he gets to the point where they say, look, if you're aware of this, I'm sorry we've done you wrong, but if you're not aware that your daughter's out on the streets with this dude, then maybe you should look into that. And so that's what he does. He says, I'm going to look through and, give me a light. A taper is, I believe, unless I'm mistaken, is a torch. So he's going to look around and try to find exactly like this. But I would notice the accident is not unlike my dream. That there's an aspect of he already believed this was possible. That there was already some aspect of him that believed that this was a possibility. Belief of it oppresses me already. That, it's easy for him to get upset at the possibility of this man taking his daughter. Then we have this section. Farewell, I've got to leave you. It's not meet nor wholesome to my place to be produced, as if I stay I shall against the more. That I can't stick around here and say bad things about my boss. So I'm going to head on out. I'm going to let you get caught. And that's another thing. I've mentioned this in the past. Iago's going to figure out ways to put him out of the position, other people into the position. So it looks like, from Brabantio's point of view, all he saw was Rodrigo. He never actually saw Iago. If he did, he didn't know his name. Because, Iago never mentions his name. It's only Rodrigo that says, my name is Rodrigo. Oh, that reminds me. I should go back up and look at this. When we get to that line about my name is Rodrigo, this is the response he says. A worser welcome. I charge thee not to haunt my doors. In honest places thou hast heard me say my daughter is not for thee. This is how we know that Rodrigo is in love with Desdemona. That he's been coming to their doors to the point in which he's haunting their doors. He's annoying them, and he's straight up said, she's not for you. She doesn't love you. Get over it. I only have a few more seconds before this ends, and